Hi, welcome. My name's Jill, and today we're going to be talking about project architecture. When getting started with LaunchDarkly, it's important to structure your resources with coordinated releases in mind. And in this video, we'll walk through key considerations and best practices for architecting your projects. Within your LaunchDarkly account, you'll have one or more projects, which can map to applications or business objectives within your organization. Each project has a unique set of environments and feature flags. Environments are organizational units that allow you to manage your feature flags throughout the development lifecycle. Feature flags allow you to enable, disable, and manage the full lifecycle of a feature. Feature flags exist at the project level, so any flag created within a project will exist in all environments of that project, but may exist in different states with different rules in each environment. When structuring projects, we want to think about this in terms of coordination, which is how the application handles dependencies with other releases, and collaboration, which is how people and teams work together to coordinate releases. When coordinating releases within a single project, one of the tools available in the platform is prerequisites. Prerequisites allow teams with dependencies to release autonomously by creating relationships between flags, which allow you to request, review, and apply changes that impact dependent flags. For example, say I'm releasing a new chat widget with front-end and back-end components. I may create a top-level flag that's a prerequisite of the API, Web UI, and Mobile UI flags, so that different teams can test in production, and when the widget is ready, I can enable this flag to roll out all components simultaneously. And since prerequisites are not possible across flags in different projects, this method requires all teams involved to be creating flags and working within the same project. For scenarios where you need to coordinate and collaborate across projects, one method available is Delegated Authority. Delegated authority refers to the ability to give members who may not be directly involved in the product or development process access to request changes to specific flags or other aspects of the platform. For example, you may grant support team members the ability to request access to a beta feature for specific users. And you can also use approval processes to ensure that teams with delegated authority can only request changes, and only members with the appropriate authority can approve and apply changes. For loosely coupled microservices or applications that communicate via API or RPC protocols, you can leverage request metadata and targeting rules to maintain backwards compatibility. Here's an example rule that you could create for a breaking change by passing the semantic version header as a context attribute and creating a targeting rule based on that value. This gives you the flexibility to make decisions at runtime and progressively sunset old versions. And because metadata is being passed directly from your application, this method also works across multiple projects. When thinking about how to map your projects, if you have tightly coupled applications or services, or if the code executes in the same process, application, or web page, then you likely want to use the same project. This allows you to leverage lower friction coordination methods like prerequisites and prevents you from having multiple SDK instances running in the same place. If you're working with loosely coupled services where methods like request metadata may be a better fit for your needs, it might make sense to create separate projects. And if you're unsure, a good rule of thumb is to start with a lower number of projects, as it requires more effort to combine products later on than to break out a single project into multiple. Ultimately, when configuring your project architecture in LaunchDarkly, you should be considering grouping applications and services by dependencies, how coordination and collaboration should operate for dependent releases, and whether shared or separate projects will simplify these processes for your organization. Thank you, and I hope this was helpful.